Hey guys, it's Masatonic. I'm bilingual Harukist. 皆さん、こんにちは。バイリンガルハルキストのマサトニックです。Haruki Murakami book guide short story, Forestly on Stone Pillow. So in this video, I'd like to talk about this interesting short story of Murakami. So let's get started. As always, this video is consisted of 3 parts. First, overview. Second, story. Third, deep reading or reading tips from me. So first, overview. This book this part contained in a short story collection, first person singular. It's published 2024 April. So just this year in the English market. In Japanese original text published in last year. And some of, I would say, a characteristic of this work is pretty shortly. It's featured with tanka poems. So tanka is a Japanese, some kind of poems. In Japanese original text, 57577. That kind of a 5 characters, and each character is 5 characters, 7 characters, 5 characters. Is that something like that? So it's featured a poem, something like this. 石の枕に耳を当てて聞こえるは流される血の音のなさ。It's a Japanese original text. And it goes with in English, something like this. When I press my ear against a stone pillow, the sound of blood flowing is absent. This is the English version of the tanka poems of Murakami. And yeah, like I said, it's written in Murakami. So of course, in this story, there's some character who write a poem. But that poem itself is nothing quoted from some other, say, poet from an existing person, but it's really original one. So in a way, Murakami, we could say Murakami wrote those poems. So this is the first work you can read Murakami's tanka poems. So in a way, its work is kind of very unique one. So if you're interested in how Murakami wrote poem, this is the work you should read. So what kind of story? Let's take a look at the story. Like I said, this short story collection, first person singular, it's every works in first person singulars are written in a first person singular in every work. So same as this one, this narrator is I, and I record some woman's story from reader can't tell when how old he is. Yes, first person singular storytelling reminds a reader that I is Murakami himself. So maybe kind of elderly, say over about 70 years elderly person is you can imagine. Well, and recording the very young days, it's about 20. Actually, in the opening beginning of the book, it's 19. Yes, it's before 2019. So it's like something like Norwegian with the same situation. So we can tell 70 or not, but some kind of very not young man recalling his before 20 age, that kind of structure. And then he looking back his younger days and thought about a woman. And that woman wrote a poem and made her a songbook. Yeah, this is a kind of storyline. And one night, there's some farewell party of her, and then the narrator and this woman who wrote a poem is a kind of co-worker of some part-time job at Italian restaurant. And then for some reason, the woman will leave the restaurant, and then there was some farewell party, and then they had a chat with beer about an hour or so, and then after that they will return to home, and just in coincidence, narrator and the woman, the how to say, a direction is the same. They both took a Chuo line a train, Chuo line train, and then her home is located in the Kogane or something, kind of very west side of Tokyo, and then the narrators lived to some extent closer to a center of Tokyo. I mean, in this case, Yotsuya or Shinjuku. And then when close to the narrator's station, she just said, "I don't want to go home by alone. So I can can I stay with your place?" And then narrator said, "Oh, of course, yes, sure." And then that night they had a kind of relationship, and then after and the next morning, and she how to say, between conversation, narrator find out this woman wrote a poem and had a songbook, and the narrator kind of get interested in that songbook, and said to her, "I'd like to read that songbook," and then the woman, "Okay, I will send you a songbook," and they apart. It's just a kind of one night relationship. So a woman at the time they had a relationship, and she said, I have another person I liked, but today I'd like to be embraced with somebody. So and also this narrator had somebody in mind at the time, and so just this is a kind of as how to say, a lonely person's just a one relationship, and then and they leave, and after leaving, narrators think maybe she will not send me a songbook because it's just a conversation, and maybe she want to forget everything happened in this night, and that's no wonder. And he thought that that's a natural, but on the other hand, a few days ago, a songbook sent from her to narrator, and then his narrator kind of surprised, and but he's really interested in. So after some how to say, some days ago, he started to read this songbook, and then some poem has written in this songbook, and in total, it's about 18 tanka poems included in the songbook. And after that, story is basically just this. When narrators 19 years old, he had a just one relationship with some co-worker at the Italian restaurant, and the girl a lot of poem, and they made a songbook, and then she sent to a narrator. This is just a story, just the same. And then, but after the sent this songbook, and then the how to say, narrator's recording is kind of much more, how to say, essay like or memoir like taste this work has. And then he thought about a memory and the kind of love, and that part is how to say, a lot of a few pages is written in such a kind of memoir style. So in total, it's not a long one, very not too super short, but not a long one. And he just think about memory. Yeah. Now this is a storyline of this book, on a stone pillow. In Japanese originators, Ishi no Makurani. So it's like kind of very tanka-like style. It's very simple, not so long, and there's so much room for interpretation. So how should we read deeply, or how to say, in many ways? my first suggestion is let's read it aloud, especially the tanka poems. It's kind of so let's say unique experiences. So there's 8 poems are featured in this work, and then one of them I kind of my favorite is I said before like this. When I press my ear against the stone pillow, the sound blood flowing is absent. This how's the repeating was absent is kind of I like it. And Japanese one again he goes with this. 石の枕に耳を当てて聞こえるは流されるうちの音のなさ。So if you can understand Japanese, it's kind of almost direct translation. It's kind of interesting because the poems or lyrics in translation is very difficult or complicated or difficult. But this is basically very simple term with using very simple terms. So direct translation will work. But this how to say repeating was absent. In Japanese, nasa. So nasa means a kind of nothingness. So absent is kind of cross meaning. That is really interesting. So like this, you can enjoy the how to say sound of each poems when you read it aloud. So please try and think about meaning of each tanka poems. There's so tanka poems has a very vague meaning. There's a lot of room for interpretation. So think about it is very interesting way. And also let's think about the title on a stone pillow. So and then some tanka poems featured this stone pillow, ishi no makura. So that is kind of interesting way to put it, because pillow is basically a kind of how to say very soft one, but stone it's hard, and then basically an ordinary person doesn't sit on a stone, right? So but this image is kind of chopped head or how to say in English incapitate, I forget, but chopped off the head. And then on a stone pillow, the chopped head is ray. That kind of how to say image is very much you can imagine. So and then some featured some tank poems featured that kind of chopping of head image you can tell. So why? And this Uma or Murakami as a author, and how to say use this image of chopping off head and then lay on the stone pillow is a kind of very how to say cruel and very bloody image. Why he choose or why she choose that image is kind of there's a room for interpretation, and think about it kind of way too deeply reading. So at first, of course, if you're interested in, please take a look at this very interesting work, and let's think about it later. So and that's all from me. Thank you for watching, and I will post this kind of book guide video 2 to 3 per week. So I would appreciate it if you subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching again. So let's see next video. Until then, see you. Bye.